what's going on, you guys? This is Madam 81, and I'm coming back to you again. This is from um, onvillefreepress.com, and this article was done in September, but I am doing a story on it now, a video on it now. Um, it's a conversation that could be had, you know. Um, The article says Florida becomes the first state to teach human trafficking prevention in schools. The State Board of Education has unanimously approved a new rule requiring instruction in children trafficking prevention for students grades K through 12. With this approval, Florida will be the first state in the nation to address the need for instruction in child trafficking prevention. The new rule also establishes procedures for school districts to plan and document delivery of the required instruction. Florida is the third in the nation for numbers of reported cases of human trafficking, and the average age of the trafficked youth is ages 11 to 13 years old. In 2018, there were 767 human trafficking cases reported in Florida. Of those cases, 149 of them were minors. Up to 70% of sexual trafficking and exploitation begins with predators connecting with youth online. According to the National Center of Missing and Exploited Children, 1 out of every 8 endangered runaways youth is likely to be a victim of human trafficking. The new rule requires that by December 1st of each year, each school district must submit an implementation plan to the commissioner and post the plan on the school district's website. The implementation plan must include the methods in which instruction will be delivered for each grade level, the professional qualifications of the person delivering the instruction, and a description of the materials and resources utilized to deliver instruction. The rule establishes that every school in Florida be a child trafficking free zone. Additionally, by July 1st of each year, each school district must submit an annual report to the commissioner to verify the completion of the instruction. Florida continues to lead the nation in the fight against human trafficking by being the first state in the country to mandate every school in K through 12 receive child trafficking prevention and require every school in the state to declare itself child trafficking free zones, said Geoff Rogers, CEO and founder of the United States Institute of Human Trafficking. We hope more states will follow the lead as we seek to put an end to this terrible crime in the United States. While there is no standard profile of a child trafficking victim, several risk factors indicate that certain children are more susceptible. Reports show that trafficking often targets children and youths with a history of sexual abuse, dating violence, and low self-esteem and minimal social support. A safe learning environment is proven to be imperative for overall student success, and this success is threatened when students face exploitation and violence. Training on risk factors for vulnerable children, the signs and indicators of exploitation and trafficking, and the victim-centered approach should be provided to all staff working with students. The Florida Department of Education provides an array of resources aimed at bringing awareness of human trafficking, including training for educators by the National Human Trafficking Resource Center and the Department of Homeland Security, and information on how to report human trafficking. More information can be found at the link that you see right there. And basically, this is the thing. Some people might feel as though that, they shouldn't have this in school. That's why kids know too much, and this, that, and the third. But if it can prevent a child from going into that type of life, and as well as adults, not only children, but adults also, then I say put it in all the schools. Um, this is an issue, especially in Florida, especially when you have border states. Um, I know down here in Maryland, there has been quite a few, too many, to be honest. People getting caught in hotels, trafficking young girls. This just happened recently in the summertime. All throughout the summer, somebody was caught. It was two men, and it was a couple other stories about it too as well. Um, so this is something that definitely needs to be implemented in every school. Children need to be aware. It would help if they could set up a program for children who have a risk of, low self-esteem, children that are not as social, um, as far as, with their peers and so on and so forth. And I think that it's something that, needs to be put on the minds of children. A lot of old school, and no disrespect to old school, I understand. I am from that realm of old school, speak when spoken to. Everything is not for a child. But as I told my co-worker, Mary, um, a conversation that we were having, not this conversation, but something similar to it, I made the comment that I don't lie to my kids. I don't hide anything from my kids. Um, they say, yeah, kids gonna be too grown, this, that, and the third. But yeah, you can give your children all the reinsurance and instruction in the world. But when you're not around and they go out in them streets, peer pressure, things of that nature, you have to adapt to the times. It is not the same, system as when you was growing up in the 60s, 70s, and 80s. It's not. Like, we knew. Like, in the 80s, we knew. Like, nigga, you a stranger. Fuck is you? You know what I'm saying? What you want? You know what I'm saying? We not talking to you. Like, we knew. Our parents instilled it into us. But nowadays, it has changed. A lot of parents out here, not saying every parent, but a lot of parents out here, they want to be their kids' friend. A lot of parents out here, they want to, let the TV and the internet essentially raise their children. Um, people are scared to discipline their kids. People are scared to talk to their kids about real issues. And I have been one of those parents that have never hid anything from my kids. Never. Like, I'm not going to. If it's something that's going down, they need to know. They need to know. That's just my personal opinion, and that's my method of parenting. Some people may not agree with it, but it is what it is. I don't care. But kudos to Florida for taking the initiative and working with, things and people that will help bring this to light. And if it saves even one child from being snatched and being put into trafficking, human trafficking, um, it was well worth the effort, and is welcomed by me in the state of Maryland if they push for that. I hope they do. So, with that being said, please drop down in the comments. Let me know. Will that be an issue for you? Would you accept that or allow that in your school, your child's school district? Would you have an issue with it? Would you not have an issue with it? Just your general opinion on it. I would love to hear it. Um, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Don't forget to drop down and watch a couple of my other videos. If you have any suggestions for videos, please also drop down in the comments and let me know. But until then, you guys, I will talk to you later.